the highlights. Lagos State Government declares tomorrow as public holiday in commemoration of Isheshe Day. Federal government to begin sales of crude oil to local refineries on October 1. On foreign scene, Ukraine orders evacuation of eastern town as Russian forces make gains. And in sport, Flamingo's head coach invites 35 players as team commences first phase of final campaign ahead FIFA Women's World Cup finals. Now the details. I'm Sarah Adesanya. Lagos State Government has declared tomorrow, 20th August, a work-free day in commemoration of this year's Isheshe Day. This was contained in a circular signed by the state's head of service, Bode Agoro. According to the circular, Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu approved the work-free day to give necessary support to traditional institutions as well as to enhance the promotion of indigenous tradition by preserving cultural heritage. The government, in the circular, enjoined all traditional worshippers and citizens to use the day to pray for the peace, unity, and stability of the state in particular and the country in general. Workers are expected to resume their duty post on Wednesday, 21st of August by 8 o'clock in the morning. Meanwhile, Ogun State Government have also declared tomorrow work-free day to celebrate Isheshe Day. In a vibrant display of cultural exchange and heritage preservation, the Lagos State Government proudly supported the 2024 Shango Festival in Oyo State. Chief Executive Officer of the Lagos State Council for Arts and Culture, Idowu Johnson, led a team of officials to witness the grand celebration which took place from August 8 to 17 at the Festival Arena, Aragon, Oyo State. The festival was a spectacular showcase of the rich cultural heritage of the Yoruba people, featuring stunning dance displays, including the Eyo Masquerade performance by the Lagos State Cultural Troupe. The Shango Festival, enlisted by UNESCO in 2023, marks the beginning of the Yoruba traditional New Year in August and involves ancestral worship, chanting, storytelling, drumming, and dancing. It is an expression of shared identity and social cohesion. Lagos State Commissioner for Transportation, Oluwaseun Oshiemi, has charged the Lagos Ferry Services to adequately utilize the asset it has to generate the revenue needed for the state, noting that the environment, ambience, and efficiency of the agency boats were critical to driving more traffic to the ferries. Oshiemi stated this at a 3-day management retreat organized by the Lagos Ferry Services, LAG Ferry, to explore strategies for harnessing the economic potentials of Lagos waterways to boost revenue, promote sustainability practices, and contribute to the state's economic growth. Oshiemi, who was represented by the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Transportation, Olawale Musa, noted that the passenger experience is very important for the people to keep using the services, stating that every process of boarding the boats, from using the carry cards for payment to their experience while on board and disembarking, must be memorable. Earlier in his welcome address, the managing director of LAG Ferry, Abdulbak Balogun, highlighted the agency's achievement, including a significant increase in fleet size, routes, and passenger numbers. He emphasized the importance of leveraging waterways assets to improve revenue performance and contribute to the state's economic growth. Lagos State Government has emphasized the critical need for compassion, empathy, and action in addressing global challenges. Commissioner for Women Affairs and Poverty Alleviation, Bolaji Dada, highlighted the significance of humanitarian efforts, particularly in the context of poverty alleviation and the empowerment of women, at an event to commemorate the World Humanitarian Day with the theme "No Matter What, humanitarians deliver. Dada stressed that women, who often make up the majority of those living in poverty, should be at the forefront of humanitarian interventions. The commissioner called on governments, organizations, and individuals to come together, transcending boundaries and ideologies, to prioritize human dignity above other things. She also called for collective action to support those facing hardship, including conflict, displacement, and inequality, noting that the response to these challenges defines the strength of our societies. Dada paid tribute to the countless aid workers, community leaders, and activists who continue to work tirelessly in the face of adversity. Meanwhile, the federal government has raised concerns over the increasing number of attacks on humanitarian workers across the state, calling for urgent measures to protect those working in conflict zones. Speaking at a press conference in Abuja to mark this year's World Humanitarian Day, Commissioner of the National Commission for Refugees, Migrants and Internally Displaced Persons, Tijani Ahmed, revealed a disturbing rise in the frequency and severity of attacks on aid workers. This year's campaign, themed Act for Humanity, drew attention to the growing risks humanitarian workers face. Ahmed said since 2020, there have been 49 reported incidents involving 79 aid workers, with cases ranging from kidnapping and ambushes to fatalities. The federal government says sales of crude oil to Dangote Refinery and other local refineries will commence on October 1. Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of Economy, Wale Edun, made the announcement during a meeting with the Implementation Committee on Monday in Abuja. According to a post on the official X page of the ministry, the meeting was to review progress on key initiatives. At the meeting, key roles were outlined for stakeholders, including the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority, Central Bank of Nigeria, Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission, and the African Export-Import Bank to ensure smooth implementation. It also stated that updates were provided on the Port Harcourt and Dangote refineries, with significant production increases expected from November 2024. The minister emphasized the need for transparency and directed a technical subcommittee to finalize details and prepare a report for the president, confirming that its directives are on track for implementation from September. The Nigerian Army says it has deployed troops in several northern states to protect farmers with the commencement of the rainy season. A statement by the Director of Defense Media Operations, Edward Buba, said the deployment was made particularly in the northwest and north central states. According to him, the move has since enabled several farmers access to farming for a hitch-free planting season towards a bumper harvest. This is as the country battles food shortages, which have worsened the food inflation, put at over 40% by the National Bureau of Statistics. The Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASU, has informed the federal government of its plan to embark on a nationwide strike by placing the government on a 21-day notice. According to the National Executive Council of ASU, the notice was issued at the end of the NEC meeting, which was held at the University of Ibadan, and the copy was expected to be transmitted to the Federal Ministry of Labour and Education. It will be recalled that ASU had threatened to embark on strike over the non-implementation of agreements reached with the federal government. The Minister of Education, Tahi Maman, invited the union to a meeting on June 26 to deliberate on the lingering issues affecting universities and to avert the planned strike. In foreign news, Ukrainian authorities have ordered the evacuation of a key town in Donbas region as Russian forces continue to make gains in the east of the country, despite Ukraine's ongoing offensive into Russia's Kursk region. Officials say families with children living in Pokrovsk and surrounding villages will be forced to leave. The head of town's military government, Serhiy Dobrek, said residents at most had 2 weeks to flee the Russian advance. The strategically important town of Pokrovsk is one of Ukraine's main defensive strongholds and a key logistical hub for Kyiv's troops on the eastern front. Nigeria's under-17 girls head coach Bankole Oluwokere has invited 35 players to the camp as the team commences the first phase of final preparations for the 8th FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup finals to be staged in the Dominican Republic later this year. The Flamingos notched an awe-inspiring total of 25 goals in the 6 matches in the qualifying race, counting the Central African Republic by 6 goals in each leg, dismissing Burkina Faso 7-1 on aggregates in the third round and turning back Liberia 6-1 on aggregates in the final round. Harmony Chidi was set a jaw-dropping record of 13 goals in the qualifying series, tops the list of invitees, alongside her strike partner Peace Effiong, with the team captain Taiwo Afolabi, goalkeeper Christina Uzoma, and the defender Priska Nwanchuku. A tournament will be staged in Santiago de los Calderas and Santo Domingo in the Dominican Republic between 16th October and 3rd November. Just before we go, slow down at road junctions, intersections, and pedestrians crossings. You can follow us and like all our various social media platforms. X, formerly Twitter, Traffic Radio 961. Facebook, Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. Instagram, Lagos Traffic Radio 961. Subscribe and watch our news and programs live on YouTube at Traffic Radio 961. You can also visit our website, www.trafficradio961.ng. Did you know that Sanwo-Olu administration organized a mentorship seminar for over 1,000 youths on the theme Agripreneur, Strategy for Wealth Creation? You can get more details on the Lagos State Government website. So in the news, here are the highlights of the major stories. Lagos State Government has declared tomorrow, 20th August, a work-free day in commemoration of this year's Isheshe Day. The federal government said sales of crude oil to Dangote refineries and other local refineries would commence on October 1. We also told you that Ukrainian authorities have ordered the evacuation of a key town in Donbas region as Russian forces continue to make gains in the east of the country, despite Ukraine's ongoing offensive into Russia's Kursk region. And in sports, Nigeria's under-17 girls head coach Bankole Oluwokere has invited 35 players to the camp as the team commences the first phase of final preparations for the 8th FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup finals to be staged in the Dominican Republic later this year. For contact with the newsroom, send a message to info@trafficradio961.ng. That is the news broadcast compiled by Aderayo Idu Olaya. I'm Sarah Adesanya. Thank you for listening and God bless you.